Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is 20K Trident here, back again with another COD mobile video. And in today's video, we're going over 5 tips and tricks on how to improve, how to get better in Call of Duty Mobile. Now, these tips won't be exclusive to movement or improving your aim. These are more general tips on how to improve fast, actually very fast. Some of these tips will make you almost instantly better just within a few games, and obviously some of these will make you better in the long term. Practice makes perfect. That's not going to be one of the tips. Do not worry. I have some legitimate tips that will make you better. So if you do enjoy the video, I would appreciate if you could drop a like. Just helps push the video out to more people. Subscribe for new if you want to see more tips and tricks videos, because I'm going to be posting a ton of them. And without further ado, let's get right into the tips and tricks. The first tip I have for you is knowing and using the meta. Now, before you're like, whoa, Trident here, hold on. Are you a meta spammer? Are you a meta abuser? Yes, but not the meta you're thinking of. I'm not talking about meta weapons, I'm talking about movement meta. So unlike weapon metas that change basically every season, you'll see guns get buffed and nerfed, movement metas don't change as frequently. So you'll see a lot of overpowered movements being useful for several seasons. For example, when the game first released in 2019, the best movement was jump shotting and spamming the jump button. That basically ensured you to be as mobile of a target as possible to avoid as many enemy shots. Now, after a few seasons, they added jump fatigue, where you couldn't spam the jump button as you could in previous seasons. But actually, in the Season 8 update, they completely removed jump fatigue, and now you can spam the jump button when you're sprinting or even when you're taking gunfights to repeatedly jump shot. So the current movement meta is number 1, spamming the jump button to jump shot, and when you don't do that, number 2 is strafing. So that's just basically moving your joystick from left to right and right to left super fast, and you can actually make it pretty slow and make like long strafes, but typically the ones that will win you the most gunfights are going to be very fast strafes, and that's complemented by the current gun meta. So the PP19 has very high ADS movement speed, so does the MX9 with the agile stock. Now, if you're watching this video in a few months from when I post this, it may be that the movement meta has changed, so watch out for that. But the bottom line is capitalizing the current movement meta is what will win you a lot of gunfights. Improving yourself as a player, you don't necessarily have to use meta weapons. As long as you have meta movement, you're gonna win a lot more gunfights. The second tip I have for you to improve yourself as a Call of Duty mobile player is to experiment with different HUD layouts. Now, if you've seen my Season 8 settings update video, you would know now you can equip 2 HUDs, making learning a different HUD much easier. Just because you have the security, if you don't like that new HUD that you have, you can switch back to your original HUD without having to manually switch the buttons back and remember how it was positioned. But I just want to make it clear, when I say learn a new HUD, it doesn't have to be something as drastic as using someone else's HUD where all the buttons are in completely different places. You know, those take a long time to learn, you know, where your shoot button is on the left side of your screen instead of the right button. It doesn't have to be something as drastic as that. It could be something as simple as resizing stuff. So copying your first loadout to your second loadout and resizing stuff, see how that feels. Maybe just moving your minimap to the center of your screen instead of the right side where it usually is for me. So that's something I will do and try out. But changing your HUD doesn't have to be something huge. Now, to that point, you can, and it definitely will be easier to learn how to use more fingers now, just because you can switch back, like I said. So yeah, there's so many opportunities now with this new second HUD feature. Learning new HUDs is really going to help you improve, because it may help you to develop better movement and more advanced movement and win more gunfights. The third tip I have for you is having variety in everything that you do in Call of Duty Mobile. This includes your play style, your peak patterns, and simply the game modes that you play. Now, I feel like Call of Duty Mobile players, myself included, we get kind of stuck in a particular play style. If you've been playing for a few months, you get comfortable, and that's not improving. Improving is when you kind of grow on yourself, grow as a player. For me, I'm more of a AR flex player. I like to stay back, hold power positions, camp maybe, if you want to use that term. But I really found that I improved when I was playing aggressive. For me personally, whenever I do like top 10 gun videos, I don't record commentaries. So that's when I like just play really aggressive and farm clips and don't do commentary, and that's when I really find myself improving as a player. So for you, maybe you play aggressive, you die too often, maybe it's time to kind of step back and play power positions, hold head glitches, allow your teammates to capture some flags and capture some flags yourself, but don't capture all of them yourself. Having variety in your peak patterns also helps you improve as a player. Now, when I talk about peak patterns, I'm talking about the patterns in which you peak corners and gain information and then re-challenge that gunfight. So for example, let's make up the scenario that you're on Nuketown, you're playing domination, and an enemy spawns at the green house and they're moving towards the B flag. Now you're behind the truck and you're defending the B flag. How do you gain information and then challenge that? Now you could choose to jump to the right of your screen and then pre-fire while you're jump shotting. You can also slide to the right of your screen and aim while you're sliding, which is slide peeking. And you could also choose to strafe and pre-fire while strafing from the left side of your screen to the right side of your screen. Now there are also many more advanced types of peeking, like slide jump peeking, where you slide to the right of your screen to gain information and then turn your screen 180 degrees as you're finishing your slide and then jump back to avoid the shot. So there you gain information where the enemy was, and then you can slide peek again and you know that they're there and you just pre-fire right away. That's more useful for search and destroy. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of other peeks that I can make a whole video on, advanced peek styles, but it really comes down to mastering the basic peeks and using variety. So you don't want to get stuck, like I said, you don't want to be too comfortable with one where you only utilize one peek pattern, because you're going to become predictable and you're not going to be using the full potential of peeking in Call of Duty Mobile. The fourth tip I have for you is using headphones and training your ears to hear footsteps from very far away. Now, a few weeks ago, I put out a poll on my channel asking how many people use headphones when they play Call of Duty Mobile, and 31% of you said you never use headphones, 24% said sometimes, so that makes over 50% of the respondents saying you don't use headphones every single time you play Call of Duty Mobile. And you know, that really puts you at a disadvantage, not only in search and destroy. Obviously, search and destroy is where headphones are the most beneficial because you're able to hear people running towards the bomb and away from the bomb. Gives you a lot more information than in respawns, but even in respawns, it can help you get that nuke streak. You know, that's something I didn't talk about when I was making my how to get a nuke video, but it really helps to stay alive more and maybe get those higher score streaks. But even when you're playing aggressive, like I said, it's going to help a ton. I'm going to put my audio settings on screen right now. If you want to copy them, they help me hear footsteps, but ultimately to train your ears, you're basically going to have to train your ears. Literally, you have to use them in every single game mode. Wear them in domination, wear them in search and destroy, wear them in hardpoint, wear them in team deathmatch if you even play that mode in a ranked. But if you don't wear headphones, these will help improve your game immediately, and in the long run, training your ears to know where a sound is coming from and how far away they are is really going to be beneficial. The fifth and final tip I have for you is training to improve your aim. Now, I'm sure you've heard from other people, just go in the training room and practice your aim by shooting at the targets and seeing how fast you can shoot at the targets. But that really just helps with flicks and reaction time. The training room will not help you that much with dynamic aim training. What this means is improving your aim while you are drop shotting or jump shotting and the other player is moving around as well. To improve this, I find it beneficial to train against bots in practice versus AI instead of the training room, and of course the good old reliable hardpoint on shipment. Now, during these games, you're going to have to really focus on keeping your crosshair placement on your target as you're doing the movements that you would be regularly doing if it was a rank match. In this example, that means keeping your crosshair on your target as they are moving, and of course as you are spamming the jump button, because that is in the current movement meta. In the long run and after a lot of experience, you should see a significant improvement in the amount of bullets it takes to kill while you're doing these movements. Now, this is something that I neglected for a while, but when I focused on this, it really helped. So it will definitely help you. Now, if this video reaches 500 likes, I will do a full tutorial on how to improve your aim in Call of Duty Mobile. But that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Be sure to leave a like if you did, subscribe for new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.